Yo, YouTube, what's good, y'all? It's your boy imeliyahu, man, back with another video, you know what I'm saying? If you're new to the channel, make sure that subscribe button, like the video, comment down below other videos or things you want to see, y'all. As you see from the title today, y'all, we reacting to the top 10 most despicable things Brian Griffin has done. You feel me? But, yeah, y'all. My picture here, look. Good? Yeah. But now I dropped a vlog yesterday. Make sure to go tap into my vlog, y'all. It was fun, all that, you feel me? More vlogs coming soon. Stay tuned for that, y'all. Also, too, I dropped a couple videos already on Family Guy and on The Simpsons. Make sure to go check out those videos and go check out my videos in general. And hit that subscribe button like I always say, y'all. But let's get into it. Let's go. Oh, shoot. What am I doing?
Hurry! I can't hold it!
Okay, let me just unstrap my baby.
Oh, slipping, sorry.
Yo.
You're listening to Quahog 97. I'm Lisa, and I'm about to reveal Brian's 10 most despicable acts. Are you ready? Number 10. Treated Martha poorly because she rejected him.
Martha, gorgeous, headstrong, legs as long as spaghetti noodles, enters.
Why don't you just take your first call?
Brian is desperate for money and takes a job at a suicide hotline, where he meets Martha, a beautiful co-worker. He tries to woo her, but she ignores his advances. He stalks her on Facebook and pleasures himself to her and her mother's photos.
Yo.
Ooh, Grandpa's funeral. Baby looked good in black. That's her mom? Damn. I can work with this.
Yo.
Martha changes her mind and goes back to give him a chance, but she sees him in the middle of his act. Brian fears that she will expose him and cost him his job and his apartment.
Bro,
so
that's so down bad, bro. Right when he's about to do it, he got caught by her, bro. That's bad.
he follows his landlord's suggestion to plant drugs on her at work. Martha is arrested and Brian gets away with his scheme.
You bastard!
Yo.
My leg is broken! Only thing I can possibly do is lick it repeatedly.
Number 9. He let the mom and her kid drown in their car.
How did you get a hernia?
Actually, I got it performing an incredible act of heroism.
Brian was shocked to receive a letter stating that he had lost his health insurance, as the insurance company decided to stop covering dogs. He was terrified, as he had a severe back injury that required surgery. Lois suggested that he should get a job and earn health insurance from his employer.
Well, if you need insurance that bad, maybe it's time for you to go out and get a job of your own.
Oh, this sucks.
When Chris wondered how he got the back injury, Brian lied and said it was because he rescued a beautiful woman from a car accident. But the truth was much darker. He abandoned the woman and her daughter in the car as it sank into the water after he found out she had a child.
Hurry! I can't hold it!
Okay, let me just unstrap my baby.
Oh, slipping, sorry.
Damn, I can't lie, that's horrible.
Number 8. He let Stewie be abused.
What did I tell you, Brian? It's a nightmare in here.
Oh my God!
Yo.
Brian shows his utter disregard for Stewie's well-being when he ignores his signs of abuse by his teacher, Miss Emily. Stewie comes home from daycare covered in finger paints and tells Brian how Miss Emily neglects him and the other kids in the classroom. Instead of confronting her about her misconduct, Brian flirts with her and lands a date with her.
Damn, he too busy lusting.
Excuse me, are you Miss Emily?
Yeah, hi. Who are you?
Brian. Brian Steele. I was just dropping Stewie off.
He then sabotages Stewie's attempts to expose Miss Emily's cruelty, even when she injures his arm so badly that it needs a sling. Brian only cares about getting laid by Miss Emily, and he doesn't care about the pain and trauma that Stewie suffers.
Finally have a date with Miss Emily tomorrow, and I'm not going to let you or anybody else get in my way until I have seen every inch of her naked.
Do you even hear yourself? And what am I supposed to do about my arm?
I'll just pop it back in.
When Brian finds out that Miss Emily has a boyfriend, he suddenly turns on her and calls the cops to have her arrested. He acts as if he did Stewie a favor, when in fact he was complicit in his abuse.
What you did to these kids? There is a special place in hell for people like you.
Stewie finally gets to attend a new preschool, but the damage has already been done. Number 7. How does Brian return the favor?
You find some sucker to buy it, and I'll make you partner.
All right, sounds
The teeth
good.
blowing
It's
me.
a plan.
Hey, did I tell you about Kim and marketing?
You mean my wife, Kim?
I'm gonna go sell that condo.
Quagmire had helped Brian to get new teeth, but Brian showed no gratitude. He joined a real estate company and rose to fame, but he also became greedy and dishonest. When his boss gave him a challenge to sell an apartment that no one wanted, Brian decided to scam Quagmire, who had been his friend.
For the first time in my life, I got money to burn.
Looks like I found my sucker.
He went to the gym where Quagmire worked out and pretended to repay him for the dental work. He then lured him into buying the property by lying that it was a great investment. He showed him a fake video that made the apartment look luxurious and spacious.
Come live in the kind of place a Persian guy would say is a little much.
Quagmire was still doubtful, but Brian manipulated him by saying that a rival pilot was interested in it. Quagmire fell for Brian's scheme and bought the apartment. But when he and the guys went to see it, they discovered that it was a rundown dump and nothing like the video. Brian had fooled Quagmire and sold him a worthless property.
The harbor is poisoned.
Damn it, Brian screwed me!
Dang.
That's why I've never made any major investments with my dog.
Number 6, pretending to like Meg's naive teen friend.
What the hell is going on? You're hitting on Patty and it's gross. She's 18. Stop it.
Me? Meg, I am not even going to dignify that with a mall erection. Don't look down.
Brian is a despicable predator who tries to seduce Patty, a young and innocent girl. He hates Meg's friends, but he changes his mind when he sees Patty half naked in the locker room. He is immediately lustful and decides to pursue her.
Wow. Holy crap, that was Patty. She's got a smoking hot body.
He interrogates Meg about Patty's interest and lies to her about his intentions. He stalks the girls at the mall and pretends to be nice to Patty. He gives her a stuffed toy and asks her out. He ignores Meg's warnings and Patty's age difference. He picks her up and takes her on a date. He tries to force himself on her under the stars, but Meg intervenes and reveals his deception. She tells Patty to stay away from him and his evil schemes.
Speaking of which, why don't we get rid of that big old thing?
Brian, stop! You don't have to do this, Patty. Brian's just taking advantage of you.
What? That's crazy.
Number 5, tried to rape Lois.
I was hoping we could go paddle boating today.
Great, but can we do it after 5? There's a ball game on.
Oh, well then maybe Brian and I can hang out. Do you mind, Brian?
No, not at all.
Peter and Lois's marriage is falling apart, as Peter neglects his wife and chooses to hang out with his friends instead. Lois feels lonely and unappreciated, so she turns to Brian for comfort and companionship. One night, Lois is disgusted to learn that Peter has left the house again, after wetting himself from watching a sitcom. She decides to spend the night with Brian, who has been secretly harboring a lustful obsession for her. As Brian prepares for their evening, he imagines himself seducing Lois and confessing his love for her.
This is gonna be great. A whole evening with Lois. We are gonna have such a fun time. Lois, my darling! A couple of steaks, some wine, maybe a couple of sundaes. Lois, my darling!
That night, Brian can't control his urges and tries to force himself on Lois, who is shocked and scared by his violent behavior. Lois struggles to push him away, feeling betrayed and confused by his actions, and kicks him out of the room.
Come on, bro.
Get them! Get them! This is a good sweater! Off! Off! Brian, I think you'd better go.
Number 4, cheating on an older woman.
It's like a long magazine.
Huh?
It's like the internet made out of a tree.
Oh, weird. You want to have sex in the bathroom?
Oh gosh, what a treat. Yes, I would like that.
Brian is a selfish jerk who uses a car accident as an excuse to pursue a girl he likes. But when he arrives at her house, he meets her mother, Rita, who is much older than him. He decides to ditch the girl and go out with Rita instead.
We're getting along better than Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown.
You want to smoke some crack? Oh, I love you.
Get the crack!
They have a one-night stand, but get caught by Lois the next morning. Brian is humiliated by their joke about his cougar lover. He tries to impress them by arranging a dinner, but it turns out to be a disaster. Rita is hurt by Peter's lack of respect and storms out. Brian follows her and proposes to her, hoping to fix things.
What did you just say?
Come on, you're only 50, you hurt me. Will you marry me?
Oh, Brian. Yes. Yes, Brian, I'll marry you.
Brian soon realizes that he can't handle the challenges of dating an older woman. Rita breaks her hip while they are in bed, and Brian has to take care of her.
Breaks her hip.
He feels
crazy.
trapped and bored, so he cheats on Rita with a random girl from a bar. He confesses his infidelity to Rita, who is heartbroken and furious. She dumps him and tells him to get out of her life.
You can leave my apartment key on the Davenport.
Here?
Leave him on the Schiffer robe.
You know what? Just take your keys. I don't know what the you're talking about.
Number 3, deceive the blind girl twice.
Then why don't you tell me how they feel?
Next time. Some things are worth waiting for.
Wow, you're really a true gentleman.
Yep. Not too many of us left.
Brian woos a blind girl named Kate at the Drunken Clam.
Yo, the call for the snapping pictures is funny, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
After a pleasant date at the movies, she shrugs off his suggestion to join her in bed, but starts to kiss him goodnight when one of the neighbor's dogs start barking, and she confesses how much she hates dogs. Brian manages to excuse himself without kissing her goodnight.
I'm just not really a dog person, I guess.
Oh, yeah, me neither. Dog people can get pretty annoying.
He keeps up his charade by making up stories about their date, while avoiding any physical contact with her. He meets her family for dinner, where he is exposed as a dog. Kate is furious and dumps him.
And I feel like we had a connection. But I can't get over the fact that you lied to me. You screwed up, Brian. And now you're gonna have to watch me walk out that door.
Brian wallows in
That's
self-pity until Stewie suggests that he can trick her again by using a different voice. Brian agrees and went to meet her at a beer bar, pretending to be someone else. He cheats on her twice with no remorse or guilt.
Hey, are you Kate?
Yes?
Hey, it's Noah from J-Date.
Oh my god, hi!
Number 2.
Messed up.
Ignore Dylan until he shows up on TV.
I'm on my way to Quahog.
Oh, really? When are you getting here?
Tuesday.
Oh, don't say Tuesday. Oh, I'm out at the project all day.
Brian, a selfish and irresponsible father, ignores his son Dylan's calls and messages.
His son.
Dylan informs him that he is coming to town as a TV star, but Brian doesn't care until he sees him on the screen.
Brian, did you hear that? Your son's gonna be a TV star. Brian?
All of a sudden
He then
cared.
rushes to meet him and fawns over his fame. He tries to get a job in television by dropping hints to Dylan, who kindly agrees to help him. He lands a writing gig, but he is arrogant and annoying. He tries to promote his book and his lines are rejected. Dylan uses Brian's lines and gets praised, while Brian gets fired.
Dad, believe me, I want you to work here with me, but you can't keep doing things like that. And they know you took those cases of Diet Coke home last night.
I thought they were anybody's Diet Coke.
Brian pleads with Dylan to get him back on the show, but Dylan sees through his lies. He confronts Brian and calls him a terrible father.
I'm starting to think that you've just been using me to advance your career. God, you're a terrible father. I never want to see you again.
Damn.
Brian admits it, but he doesn't
Yo,
apologize.
He pushed the whole joint in
He
the
just
car.
steals the food from the catering table and leaves the studio. Number 1. Brian deliberately gave Stewie herpes.
I think we should hold hands more often.
There you go. We're blood brothers now. You happy?
Actually, yes.
Stewie was curious about a blood brothers ritual he saw on TV and asked Brian to do it with him. Brian agreed and they exchanged blood, knowing that he had herpes and didn't care. Stewie wakes up the next day with a painful
wild.
sore on his mouth and accuses Brian of giving him herpes. Brian denies it and lies to him until Stewie shows him the evidence. Brian shrugs it off and tells him it's no big deal, but Stewie suffers from the stigma and the symptoms.
Okay, fine. I admit it. I gave you herpes.
You bastard! You knew you had herpes and you still agreed to swap blood with
Damn,
me!
that's messed up.
Relax. It's not that big a deal.
He tries to hide the sore with a mask, but his teacher takes it off and exposes him. He confides in his teddy bear Rupert, but his brother Chris overhears and tells him that he also got herpes from Brian, who did it on purpose.
He knew he had herpes and he didn't say anything. Maybe he was mad I gave him fleas. I don't know.
Bastard!
Damn. But yeah, y'all, this interview, man. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, comment down below other videos and things you want to see, y'all. This one was, it was alright, I ain't gonna lie. I was just talking about despicable things he did. He did some crazy things, I ain't gonna lie. But comment down below which thing you think he did was the craziest, y'all. Go check out my other videos, go check out my vlog, y'all. Hit that subscribe button. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.